Hi everyone, it's Flowla, and today I'm going to teach you a really basic isolation, pretty much as beginner as you can get as far as isolations are concerned. It's a really beautiful day in London today, so I'm out in Haggerston Park. It's really windy and it's a little cold, but it feels good, so let's start. So basically all you have to know about isolations is that they take a lot of practice. Because essentially you're doing a trick, but you're fixing the loop in a very specific place. So if you're doing an isolation and you're right here, it's not an isolation. It's not an isolation unless the hoop stays in this same area. Like you can't go out here, you can't go out here. It's literally in this one space. And so a good way to get comfortable with isolations is just to do exactly what I'm doing right now, just kind of practice holding it in one steady space, keeping it, I guess, in like one general area. And a good way to start is just by kind of like a giant wheel if you're driving. And it's really good to do it in front of a mirror because you can see if it, kind of jumps out to the side. But just kind of practice keeping it in the same place. It takes a lot of control in your arms just to kind of like keep it in that fixed area. That'll get you comfortable just having one spot. The isolation that I'm going to teach you is essentially two-handed isolation, and you can do it with one hand, but it's harder, so I'm just going to do the two-handed today. But looks like this, and it's windy, so sorry. It's like that, and it's really easy to learn, but it's hard to master. So let's start by both of your palms facing down. And with this isolation, really all I tell people to remember is 6 and 12. It's all really that you're going to have to focus on when you're learning this. Just remember 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock. So we start at 6 with our palms facing down. And what you're going to do is drop your left hand, and you're going to start twisting the hoop clockwise. But remember what I told you about right here, and like keeping it in that kind of fixed place. We're just going to do that with one hand. So we start at 6 with your palm facing down, drop your left, and start twisting it clockwise, but keep it in that same space. It takes a lot of control all in these muscles in your arm. But yeah, so start at 6, drop your left, or clockwise until you get to 12, and then you stop. So at this point your hand should be completely straight. You're just holding the hoop up and your palms are facing up. Sorry, there's some really cute dogs in there. So you're at 12. And then you put your left hand back and you're just going to switch hands. So drop your right instead and continue going in the same direction. So clockwise, clockwise, clockwise. Tighten your wrist because it helps you to kind of keep control over it until you get back to 6. Put your right hand back. Now you're literally back where we started, and you're just going to drop your left and do the same thing over again. Up to 12. Switch to your left hand. And you're back on 6. Switch to your right hand. Switch to your left hand at 12. So notice how I'm only switching my hands down here and up here. So up here. Down here. And while you're learning, it helps to stop. Stop at 6, switch hands. Continue, stop at 12, switch hands, continue. When you get more comfortable, it'll become a very fluid movement. Like this. And once you get the hang of it, you can kind of do it at different levels. So you can move it play around with it. The beat is. But yeah, that's essentially it. I'll go ahead and just show you the one-handed isolation because it's kind of good to learn them both at the same time. And it looks basically like this. And just use one hand. It's a lot harder because you're only using one hand. But you can either go counterclockwise. I go counterclockwise, which looks clockwise to you right now, but it's backwards. So I go counterclockwise, but you can also go clockwise, which is harder for me. Yeah, but really basically for that one, you're isolating, so you're keeping hoop in that one fixed space. And if you're going clockwise, your right hand is at 6 and your palm is down, and you twist the hoop counterclockwise. As soon as you get to this point where like your wrist can't really like bend any further, what the motion is you literally just let your hand go and let the hoop drape over your hand. So you're here, and you get right here, and you let your hand go, and the hoop just like rolls over your palm. So kind of practice getting comfortable with it rolling just over the top of your hand like this, so that when you get here and you let it go and it rolls over, grab it on the other side. So you counterclockwise, you're spinning, it stops you here, and you roll your hand to the other side. So it's literally like this motion right here. And you have more momentum when you're doing it, so it's not so much of like your hand just going back and forth. It's like it'll be rolling at the same time, so the hoop will be kind of helping you do that. But the real hard part is just keeping it in the same place while you do that little exchange. That's the hardest part probably with that isolation, or with one-handed, because you're here, and if you let it go and you don't have any control over it, it's going to go like this. So if you try to do the roll and you're not really paying attention, it's just going to swing out. So the trick is like using whatever muscle is comfortable for you to take the hoop and keep it in that place. And it becomes a really quick motion. You kind of end up just flicking it really fast over the top. But it is still that same, and literally it's just rolling over. But you're doing it in such a way that the hoop doesn't go out to the side. You don't want it to. So yeah, good luck. See you next time.